This is another instance where I can make a point that Christians don't follow their religion. My man here said the original Sabbath wasn't on a Saturday. It was during a particular lunar cycle. Whatever day the moon was where it was supposed to be, there was Sabbath. This is true, but you got to understand, in this Bible, Christians have multiple Sabbaths that they are supposed to observe. The only Sabbath that they're observing really is the Sabbath Bereshit, which is the Genesis Sabbath, the beginning Sabbath, the 7 day of rest. What they ignore is all the other Sabbath that they're supposed to observe. I bet you most Christians don't know that there, right around the summertime, is a week of Sabbath that they are supposed to observe. They're also supposed to observe a Sabbath after a certain number of days, like my man said, after a particular time frame of the lunar cycle. That's a monthly Sabbath that they're supposed to observe. There's also the annual Sabbath, which every 7th year, y'all like to call it year of Jubilee, but really it's called the Sabbath year. This is the year that you were supposed to allow for all your slaves that are of your tribe to be set free and all debt to be forgiven. This is also the year that you're not supposed to work the whole damn year, because according to your Bible, on that 7th year, you're supposed to just let your crops grow and let them die. You're not supposed to do any kind of work for that whole year of Jubilee. According to your book, your God, if you're following his rules, are supposed to bounty you up all 6 years so that you have enough to carry you to the Sabbath year, through the 7th year. And then the 8th year is you're planting and growing again, but you don't even take that harvest, and you take your 9th year. But your God is supposed to provide enough for you. So my question is, do you have enough faith to observe the Sabbath? Do you have enough faith to observe your weekly Sabbath? Because you're supposed to die. Do you have enough faith to observe your monthly, your annual, and your 7-year Sabbath? Now, let's just go ahead and dispel the whole damn thing. It's not like they came up with this idea on their own. The Sumerians already had a Sabbath long before a Hebrew was ever invented. Before anybody called themselves Hebrews or named themselves Israelite, the Sumerians had the day, the Sabbatu, or the Sabbatu. This was a 7th day on Saturday that they observed their primary deity, that they worshiped, that they rested. The Sumerians had it. It went on through the Akkadians, through the Assyrians, down all the way down to the Babylonians. And the Babylonian Sabbath on that Saturday had the worship of Baal, Yahweh's brother, who later was mixed in with Yahweh, seeing as how both of them were storm deities and such. So, do y'all worship the Sabbath? Are y'all keeping the commandments as your Jesus said that you're supposed to keep all the commandments as well as believe in him? I think not. Y'all have a great day. And remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.